And the fact that I'm in my mid-20s right now is actually crazy. Like, it's very humbling, okay? Like, humbling. Like, when you turn 25, things start getting serious. Like, it's time to buckle up. Like, no more fun. Like, you're in your mid-20s now. You're mid-20s. Like, no more early 20s. No more early 20s. Like, some people say that 24 is mid-20s. I can see why they say that, but for me personally, I think 24 is still your early 20s. And I would say like 25, 26, that's your mid-20s. And then, 27, 28, 29, that's your, late 20s. For me personally. But like your early 20s, it's all, fun and games. It's all, you're getting the hang of this, adult stuff. You might be in college. If you're not in college, then you have a different path, and you start to see, once you, 22, 23, that's when that first shift starts to happen. Like 23, everybody says, oh, 23 sucks, 23 sucks. And it's like, astrologically, that's your 12th house year if you're an astrology girl. But we're not gonna get into astrology too much on this page, okay? I'm trying to stay, I got my, my astrology page up here, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. Like 23 will drag you to hell, physically, spiritually, emotionally, everything, okay? And if you reach 23, tell me in the comments, how was 23 for you? Because it was a lot for me, okay? But 24, that's your first house perfection year. And that's when you really start to, get into, okay, like that was a lot, like that was traumatic, and a lot of changes, just about who you are as a person, for me personally at least. And it's like, okay, let's restart, like basically start over from scratch. Okay, like I thought I knew who I was, I don't apparently. Like, and I would imagine in a couple of years I'm gonna feel the same way again by the time I get to my late 20s, and it's gonna suck again. But because 27, again, not to be all astrological, but I'm a astrology girly, like I am. I have another YouTube channel, Saturn's B Astro. I'll link that. But yeah, everything is going to intertwine with everything I'm saying, okay? But yeah, like it's a lot, okay? 27 is your Saturn return. So all of the Saturn and Aries girlies, our time is coming up, okay? Anyway, yeah, 24 is going to be like, just for me, it was just a lot of, starting over, like, okay, I found out this new thing about me. I want, I thought I wanted this, but now I want that. So let's move on, let's move forward, let's see how we can reach that goals. And once you turn 25, you're really going to start to lock in, like, okay, like if your life is not the way I want it, how do I get there? What can I do? Like let's lock in. Like no more games. Like it's not a game anymore. Like I said, like life starts getting too serious, and it's like, slow down. But it's like, nope, time's not gonna slow down. It's gonna keep going, it's gonna keep moving. And you really start to realize that, like, oh, like, okay, like it's not, this is scary. Like it's scary, it is. But that's okay, like that's part of life. You have to learn to take those risks. You gotta learn to, just really, put yourself out there. What do you want? Because at the end of the day, it's your life. And you have to, take control of your life. That's just the reality of it. Like, that's one of the biggest things you start to realize when you get to that transition of your early 20s to mid 20s. It's like, it's okay to not have everything figured out. Like, when you're in school, everything is okay. When you're 16, you do this. When you're 18, you do this. When you're 21, you do this. Go to school, take this class, do this major. Then you graduate, get married in high school, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's everything seems like so planned out for you. And then you realize it's like, well, my life didn't go the way I planned. I don't, and you don't even want it to be that way. Like, the plan changed, and that's okay. And it's like, okay, but what now? Like, you have to, pivot, and, like, it'll all come together. And again, you might think like, oh, well, this person that I went to school with, they're doing this, and this family member, and this, and this, and sometimes it's just so overwhelming. But you have to learn to not get caught up in that. And it's like, just take a breath and focus on you. What do you want? What do I want with my life? That's all that matters at the end of the day. Okay, and that you'll learn that as time goes on, and I'm sure I'll learn more things as I go through my mid-20s and get to my 30s. And the fact that I'm in my mid-20s right now is actually crazy. Like, it's very humbling, okay? Like, humbling. Because, again, like, I'm sure a lot of you thinking, like, when I started this video, like, oh, no, she was 26? There's no way she's 26. Like, I am. And I have a baby face, and, people, sometimes don't treat me like I am 26 because they don't think I am. And, like I said, like, I'm not a, conventional person at all. Like, I'm definitely somebody that's like, oh, well, I don't, have the same things or do the same things or, feel behind from my peers or whatever the case may be. But, like, one thing I've learned, like, your body will humble you, okay? I may not look 26 on the outside, but on the inside, this body is 26, okay? I've lived 26 years, okay? Like, your health is important, okay? Like, you're like, your body changes so much. And it's like, when you see all the, like, 30-year-olds saying, oh, my back is starting to hurt, this is starting to hurt, they're not lying. And then my early 20s, I'm like, oh my God, it's so annoying. Like, okay, we get it. But, like, no, we need to know. Because it's a lot. It's like, what is going on? Like, your period changes, just your diet in general. Like, I still have, dark spots and acne. And it's like, I'm trying to lock down and cut out on sugar. Because I really think that's what it is. I can't eat sugar the way I used to. Just even junk food in general, like all of the snacks and stuff that I used to eat all the time when I was a teenager. I can't eat that stuff anymore, and I don't want to. And it's just like, okay, like, again, you see, okay, this doesn't work no more, but what now? Like what can I do? Like it's a lot of changes at so much, and it can be overwhelming. But it's just like, that's why, we need to make these videos for each other, because it's like, what the heck is going on? And nobody's going to tell you. Nobody's going to tell you. Nope. You're just going to wake up and like, oh my God, you're so old. Like, I was having a conversation a few months ago with my aunt. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're going to turn 26 this year. 20. And the face she made was just so disrespectful. Like, 26. Like, the meanest, nastiest mug. And I'm like, don't say it like that. Okay, like, not too much on me, not too much, okay, not too much. But, like, it's just accepting, age is nothing but a number, and your life is what you make it. And it's just, that's just how life is. Like, is 25 old? I'm gonna have to go with yes. I'm sorry to the 24-year-olds that are watching this video and don't know what to expect. But it's a yes. 23, 24, I was like, no. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But now it's like, I'm 26 now, so I'm like, yeah, just accept that you're old. And that's okay. Because at the end of the day, we're still young at the same time. Like, that's the great thing about this age. It's like, you're both at the same time. So, yeah. And I'm just looking at my notes here, guys. So just in case I start to like rail off, I'm trying to just, see what is next on here. But 25 is old. Like, yeah, if they say, oh, you're pushing 30, all that stuff. Like, yeah, this is annoying. That's why you need to stay off social media sometimes. But are you pushing 30? Technically, by 26, I kind of am. But again, let's stop going so far ahead and just focus on being present. Yes, I'm almost 30, but right now, I'm 26. And I'm going to, whatever that means for me, that's what it's going to be for me. But, yeah, I 26 is a serious age, okay? Like, it's time to lock in. It's time to buckle up, okay? Because it's getting scary, okay? It is a little scary. Like, yeah, like, oh, 26, ooh, getting up there. And every year, even growing up, people say, oh, you're getting up there now. And it's like, yeah, I'm really getting up there. Like, it's, because it, like, you have to, romanticize your own life, because, we have all these milestones. And now I realize, like, okay, well, technically I don't really have, after that, it's like, you don't really have a milestone until 30. But for me, I make a milestone out of every year, okay? Because 25, that's, oh, your frontal lobe has developed. But people say that if you have, like, ADHD or, like, you're neurodivergent in some way, technically it doesn't even really develop until 35. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm going to say just for now, I would say definitely my frontal lobe developed, because a lot of things just start clicking. Like some of these things they aren't making up, you guys. Like things really start clicking for you. Like, oh, okay, like I see what they were talking about. And it's like, you know how people say, oh, you grow up and you realize your parents were, you know, saying, like, it don't even just be your parents, like, just in general. Like, they weren't lying. They might not have told the whole truth. They might have were still trying to, you know, one up you, or, you know, try to boss you around or whatever the case may be. But, yeah, like, they weren't joking, guys. They weren't joking. Okay, so part of my locking in, again, astrologically, I'm going to bring everything back to astrology, guys. 25 is your second house perfection year. The second house is the house of like finances and material possessions. So basically, even before I really I didn't, you know, intentionally, you know, I knew what the second house perfection year was, but I really started locking in on those finances. Okay, like you said, like I said, like everything is, you know, what do I want to do with my life and how do I get there? So one of those things is financial independence. Okay, we gotta lock in. Okay, we gotta, you know, like let's do some get that 401k. Okay, whatever job you in, get that 401k, get that company match, the Roth IRA, whatever you know, type of, you know, investments you want. Learn that stock market, honey, because it's money to be made in the stock market. Okay, it's not just the 401k. You can do like the options trading. It's a lot. It's a lot. Just choose what's for you and just go with it. But again, like my current job that I've been with them for like probably 2 years now. So like, an entire year had went by. I'm like, I could have made so much, you know, money from that company match. But now it's like, you know, it's now or never. Like, it's better late than never, guys. So, you know, just lock in, get that 401k company match if you can. You know, just talk to, you know, maybe like a family member, whoever the case may be, anybody that you know that can just help you to really understand it, because some of those things you just kind of have to, you know, manage on your own. And it's like, you know, sometimes we don't know what we're doing because, you know, everybody in our families aren't, you know, financially responsible. So sometimes we have to learn things on our own, but just, you know, get whatever help you can. Like, it's like I said, it's money to be made. It's, you know, we all know like the you know, the government isn't coming to save us. The cost of living is not going down. You need to get that income up, okay? Because it's not. Like, nobody's coming to save you, okay? We, like, if you got your little sugar daddy or whatever it could be, that's good for you, hun. But yeah, like, I realized that financially you gotta be, you know, realistic here. You're realistic about what you can afford, live below your means, okay? Like, y'all be talking about some, oh, I don't want no white refrigerator, but the white refrigerators are the affordable apartments, okay? I don't know about you, but I came from humble beginnings. So, yeah, until I get to that income wise, you can get that penthouse one day. But, right now, you might need that white refrigerator, honey, and that's okay. It's okay. Like, you don't gotta, you know, at the end of the day, nobody's paying your bills. Nobody's, all these people that have stuff to say about, you know, what you have or what you don't have, like, that's okay. Like, babe, like, focus on you. Like I said, like, these people aren't paying your bills. Like, their opinions aren't paying your rent. And it's like, you trying to show up for social media, but you're in debt. You about to get evicted. You can't make your park payment because you want to look like you have it all. And it's like, that's for you, that's great. But just, you know, be realistic about what you get for. Live below your means, because you know, the economy already is above our means. So you need to be realistic about that, okay? Yeah, just looking at my notes here. But like, and again, like, unfortunately, sometimes, you know, multiple streams of income, that is, you know, sometimes we have to do that. You have to get the 2 jobs, and sometimes that sucks, but always have that exit plan. That's why you get that savings. That's why you get that, you know, 401k, look forward to some type of retirement in crypto. Okay, that could be a whole nother video, but lock in on that crypto, okay? Just do like Coinbase. Yeah, like, I'll put my Coinbase link in my bio, and like, if you sign up with Coinbase on my account, then you'll get we both get $20 in crypto and Bitcoin. So yeah, it's money to be made in crypto. So like lock in and inform yourself. Like don't just go off what all the crypto girls are talking about. Like do your research and all the things and just find what works for you. Don't try to do too much. Don't try to invest in like 50 billion coins and all that. If you want to, that's great, but just focus on what works for you. Basically, like one thing you're gonna notice too when you turn like in your like mid-20s or whatever, it's just like how everybody is like having babies, everybody's engaged, everybody's getting married, and it's like people expect you to have one of the two. Like if you don't have a baby, then you're engaged or married. If you're not engaged or married, then you have a baby. Or it's like you're getting engaged or you're pregnant, and it's like, let's slow down. Like I'm so young, like that's not me. If that's you, then that's great, and that's your path, that's great. But it's just the point I'm making is the expectation, and it's like if you don't, then people are like, okay, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm living my life. Like that's my life. Like that's what I want for me. And it's like, yeah, it's just like, hold on, like next thing baby shower, or getting engaged, or even by 25, really, like some people getting divorced, and it's like, that's not me. I'm not there yet. I love that for y'all, but me, no. And it's just like, it's so like calming for some people, and then like me, I'm like, we're just kids. Like what do you mean? Like what? Like we're so young. Like what's going on? But like that's just that's just how it is in your mid-20s. And then as you get to 30s, like yeah, definitely people will definitely get divorced. Definitely, having more than one kid. Like not just one, more than one. Like oh, people my age have multiple kids, and it's like that's normal. And I'm like oh, yeah, okay then. Also, just like when you're in your mid-20s, just learning to like stand up for yourself, and just also like that comes with just being confident in just who you are as a person, and not really needing validation from people, because the one thing you'll realize is that people project onto you a lot, and it's like don't take everything personally, because again they're projecting on you, and it's like okay, like just keep it moving. Like thank you for that, didn't really need it, but okay. Like stand up for yourself, don't take stuff from people, because again people will walk all over you. You have to teach people how to treat you. If you just sit back and don't say anything, then people are gonna think it's okay, or even if they know it's not okay, they're gonna be like, okay, well she's not gonna do anything about it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Like no, have those strong boundaries and just know what you want from yourself, and then like people will know, oh, she's not putting up with that, or I can't get away with that with her, but I can do it with this person. Like yeah, go to that person, don't try it with me, try Jesus, don't try me, okay? Like just knowing that like your voice matters, like you have power to stand up for yourself, and you have the power to be treated the way that you want to be treated. Like you'll learn that over time, just standing up for yourself and knowing that like it's not okay to treat me this way, it's not okay to put out with this. Like just taking control of your own life, basically. It's like, okay, well I'm not gonna let this treat me for me. I don't like how this feels, I don't like how I'm treated, I don't like this about my life, I don't like that, so I'm gonna do something about it. And just again, just having that confidence in yourself and just who you are as a person, like that'll just come naturally over time. And people can just sense that from certain people. Like even if initially they're like, oh, I thought you were like so nice or this type of thing, and then I realized like, whoa, like I was completely wrong about you. It's like, yeah, don't try it, okay? And that's just one thing for me personally that I've had to learn to deal with. So like if I could talk to me from 10 years ago, 15-year-old Shaif, I would tell her that life doesn't have to be perfect, and it's okay that you're not, and you don't have to pretend to be. Because I was just such a perfectionist. I love the academic validation. Like I was just going through a hard time at 15. Like it was a lot. Sophomore year of high school was tough for me. So like it's okay that everything is not going the way you want, and things change over time. So half the things I probably wanted at that time I didn't anyway. And like it's okay. Like everything's gonna be okay. Like sometimes in that moment, whatever's going on may seem like such a big thing, but over time it's like you'll be fine. Like it might be rough, but you'll get over it. And then next week, next month, next year, something else, that big thing that you're going through, it'll be over, and you'll be like, I got through that. And like that's just life. Like, that's just how life goes. And just also, like, you're probably not going to be friends with the people that you were friends with in high school. Like, that's okay. Some people have lifelong friends from high school. That's great. But that was just not what turned out for me. Whatever guy you're dating at the time, you're probably not going to care about him by 25 either. Like, that's just life. Like, some people in your life for a season. Some people are just meant to, teach you a certain lesson, and, you move on with life. Like, that's just the type of person that I am. Like, I, can, experience whatever I was meant to experience during this time. I can learn from that, reflect on it, and just use that to, just move forward in life. And, that's what you'll learn over time. And just one thing I will say that I guess I could say is kind of like a regret that I didn't do in my early 20s is take risks. Like, if you're in your early 20s, mid 20s, take risks, okay? Like, that's one thing that I would definitely be doing in my mid 20s and my late 20s is taking more risks. Like, do what you want to do. Like, if you, like, the girls are moving to, like, the moving out their hometowns, like, if that's you, do that. Like, we need those experiences. Take that trip, move out of the city, do whatever, like, whatever it is, that big thing, that big dream that you have, take it. Like, because it's like, if it doesn't work out, so what? Like, just start over. Like, we have the chance to start over. Like, we're young, we can make mistakes. Like a lot of these mistakes that we can make sometimes aren't long term, and even if they have like a big effect on you, we have time on our side. We have time to fix it. We have time to experience it. We have time to mess up and start over again or go back and waste time. Like, we have that opportunity. So definitely take advantage of that. Take risks and just make the most of your life. Like, make the most of your early 20s. Like, with the pandemic, like, for my age group, like, the pandemic happened in our early 20s, so we had to kind of catch up and learn from that. And then people in their early 20s, like their late teens, was kind of affected by the pandemic. So yeah, definitely take more risks and just have more fun, and just, we're young, so we can enjoy doing that. And since I've been like in my mid 20s, like this year, I definitely will say that I've gotten more into makeup. Like, in my like early, like late teens, I was kind of getting into it, and then I like stopped. But now I'm definitely getting into it, where it's like a routine for me, where like I kind of do it like every day, and I'm definitely not perfect at it, but I will say, like, you definitely learn. Like, it just, practice makes perfect. Like, literally, not to be stereotypical, but it definitely does. Like, when I was in high school, I wasn't the type of person that wore makeup or knew how to do makeup. And like, now I'm like, okay, like, I can feel confident to do certain things without having to go and pay for, like, go to like a makeup artist or something. Like, I feel confident going out and wherever I am and doing my own makeup. And it's just like, if you don't want to do makeup, that's great, because we definitely still need that skincare routine. Just like beauty in general, don't like, try not to do it for like seeking validation or like being like afraid to age, because I know a lot of people in the mid 20s and early 20s, even still now, it's becoming more common to do like the anti-aging, like all the creams and all the surgery and all that stuff. But I'm not into that. But if you are, that's great. But yeah, definitely don't let it affect you as much, because I can definitely see the reason why some people may feel like, oh, I don't feel confident like going outside without makeup. And sometimes I try not to get it to where it like affects how I feel about myself. Like, don't do it for validation from other people, because even like before I felt that I needed to wear makeup every day or it became a routine for me, I'm like, I still feel like pretty without makeup. I still feel, you know, confident to go out and wear it without it. But I can definitely see after, you know, wearing it for, you know, every day now, that is, you know, how it can affect certain people. But yeah, just practice makes perfect, and just, you know, have fun with it. It doesn't have to be too serious. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. Like when I'm doing my makeup, sometimes I just feel, you know, just fun, just like a fun little thing that I like to do. Like I'm getting ready in the morning, and I'm like, oh, this is so fun. Like, oh, my eyebrows came out today good. Oh, my eyeliner looked cute. Oh, I like this lipstick with this outfit and whatever. Like, just, it's fun. Don't have to be so serious with it all the time, you know. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and just comment, you know, if you related to anything in the video. And just, you know, if you aren't 25 yet, just one thing that you might be looking forward to or that you found helpful. And, you know, just, you know, don't put, you know, a number on things. Like, don't expect your, you know, 25 to go a certain way. You can still have goals and plans and things like that. But one thing you learn is that, you know, life doesn't always go the way that you plan. And, you know, that's okay. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And thanks for watching.